Hello students, today I'll explain about magnetic properties of d block elements. Okay, d block elements already we have discussed electronic configuration, oxidation properties. So third property we are getting the magnetic properties. Okay, so what is meant by magnetic behavior? So which substances will exhibit this magnetic behavior? So before going to the magnetic properties, so we'll come to the magnetic behavior. So any charged species exhibits a magnetic behavior. So actually we know any charged species means electron. So all elements consist of electrons in them. So because of the presence of electrons, every d block elements also exhibit the magnetic behavior. So whenever this electron rotates around itself and rotates in a particular path called orbit, it shows magnetic behavior. So it develops the angular momentum. Okay, whenever electron rotates, it produces two types of magnetic moments, that is a spin angular momentum, orbital angular momentum. So coming to spin angular momentum, so when electron rotates around itself, already we know electron rotates around itself means that is clockwise direction and anti-clockwise direction. So whenever it is rotating clockwise direction, we'll keep upward spin. Whenever it is rotating anti-clockwise direction, we'll keep downward spin. So it developed two types of spin angular momentums. Okay, so next, whenever it is rotating in a circular path called orbit, it develops orbital angular momentum. Okay, so here magnetic momentum can be calculated by adding both spin angular momentum and orbital angular momentum. Okay, see here you can see magnetic momentum symbol is mu. Here we are adding mu s is a spin angular momentum and mu l is a orbital angular momentum. Okay, so now coming to the types of magnetic substances. So magnetic substances are again divided into diamagnetic and paramagnetic substances. So coming to the diamagnetic substance. So what is meant by a diamagnetic substance? Any substance repelled by the external magnetic field, such substances are called diamagnetic substances. For example, I am bringing one diamagnetic substance, I am keeping in a magnetic field. Okay, here you can see magnetic field, north south pole is there. Between these two I am keeping the what substance. This is a diamagnetic substance, means it is repelling the external magnetic lines of force. Okay, that means these lines of force are anti-parallel to the particular substance. Okay, so this diamagnetic nature is mainly observed in case of paired substances. All substances maximum you can observe paired electrons. So paired electrons will show diamagnetic behavior, means you can see opposite spin, they are in opposite spin, parallel direction. One is anti-clockwise, another one is clockwise direction. So their spin will be cancelled and it will become zero. So because of that no charge, and they are showing the diamagnetic behavior. Okay, next coming to paramagnetic substances. A paramagnetic substance attracted by the external magnetic field. That means if I keep any substance in between two poles, south and north pole of magnet, what happens? The magnetic lines of force passes through the substance. Otherwise, magnetic lines of force are attracted by the paramagnetic substance. Okay, what type of substance will be paramagnetic substances? The substances which consists of unpaired electrons, otherwise we can say ions or molecules which consist of unpaired electrons, comes under the paramagnetic substance. Okay, the substance which consists of paired electrons, they comes under diamagnetic substance. Okay, so in case of diamagnetic substance, magnetic lines of force is anti-parallel to the substance. In case of paramagnetic substance, magnetic lines of force is parallel to the substance. Okay, this is about types of magnetic substances. One is dia and other is paramagnetic substances. Next, coming to the calculation of effective magnetic momentum. Effective magnetic momentum indicated with the symbol mu, and it can be calculated by adding both spin angular momentum and orbital angular momentum. So spin angular momentum formula, mu s is equals to gs into root over s into s plus 1. So orbital angular momentum, mu l is equals to gl into root over l into l plus 2, l plus 1. So mu s, gl are, gs, gl are indicated with the splitting factors. And now mu s. So for mu s, gs value is always 2. Why? Because any orbital consists of two electrons, upward spin and downward spin. So I am giving two values. For mu l, only one orbital will be there, no? So value will be Only 1. So I'm substituting the values now. Mu s is equals to 2 into root over s into s plus 1. So in place of gs, I substituted 2. So I'm getting 4s into s plus 1 here. For mu l, there is no value, so root over l into l plus 1 is common. So we are adding both for calculating magnetic momentum now. Root over l into l plus 1 plus 4s into s plus 1. That is the Bohr magneton unit. This is a unit for calculating the angular momentum of any electron. So L is 0 for some ions and any atoms. L orbital angular momentum is always 0 because orbital will not show any momentum now. So mu spin only is equals to, I am taking only 4s into s plus 1. This whole becomes 0 now. Okay, this is a Bohr magneton unit. So now we are for spin only formula, this is root over 4s into s plus 1. So s is a spin value from spin quantum number. S value is equals to half. Okay, we know already. For n electrons, what we will do? N by 2. For an electron, 1 by 2. For n electrons, n by 2. So I am substituting this value. 4s no, s place n by 2. In s place I substitute n by 2 and again n by 2. So from this I am getting the value mu spin only formula root over n into n plus 1 n plus 2 Bohr magnetons. So this is a formula to calculate the magnetic susceptibility or spin only formula of any substances. So now coming to 3D series, I am applying this values, this formula for 3D series now. Okay. So firstly I am calculating the Ti plus 3. This is a titanium plus 3 oxidation state. So titanium is an element with atomic number 22. You know already. So valence configuration 3d2 4s2. So titanium plus 3 I am writing as 3d1 because I removed 3 electrons. Plus 3 means remove 3 electrons and write 3d1. 1 unpaired electron is present now in d orbital. Substitute that value. Okay. 1 into 1 plus 2 root over 3. Now this is calculation 1.73 Bohr magnetons. This is the calculation of spin only formula for Ti plus 3. For second example I am giving as Mn plus 2. Manganese in oxidation state plus 2. So manganese atomic number 25. I am writing electronic configuration of valence shell, that is a 3d5 4s2. So Mn plus 2. I removed 2 electrons. I am writing 3d5. So in d orbital 5 electrons will be present like this, 5 unpaired electrons. So root over 5 into 5 plus 2. So I am writing this as 5 into 7. I am getting 5.92 as a value, BM value, Bohr magneton value. So now third one I am giving example as nickel plus 2. So nickel atomic number already you know 28. So 3d8 4s2. Nickel 3d8 configuration we can fill like this. In d orbital all 3 electrons will be paired, 2 unpaired electrons will be there. So only I am considering unpaired electrons in this formula. So I am writing 2 into 2 plus 2. I am getting the value 2.83 Bohr magnetons. So these are some examples regarding a 3D series. Okay. So why this D block 3D series exhibiting magnetic behavior? This is because of the presence of unpaired electrons in their oxidation states. Always D block elements, if you observe, there is a presence of unpaired electrons. Because of the unpaired electrons, they will show paramagnetic nature and they exhibit the magnetic behavior. Okay, this is about effective magnetic momentum calculation for 3D series.